My name's Jim Lock, and welcome to Sounds of the Emerald Isle, and I'm pleased today to have with me Debbie Moore and her father, Billy Joe Wood. Debbie, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
That's good. So great for you to join me today.
Lovely to meet you at last.
Nice to meet you, too, and I love your Baby Blue song.
Thank you.
That's on YouTube. That's absolutely outstanding.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
And you're over here singing with your dad.
Yep. We've been over here now a few weeks, and a few more dates now, and we return home.
Yeah. And you play the keyboards?
Keyboards and sing.
Yeah. But you're not doing any albums, huh?
No. I do studio work, but
you do. Okay.
Working on a few things at the moment, but no albums.
Well, I hope you do at some point because you have a beautiful voice, and
thank you.
Love watching you.
Thank you. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
And Billy Joe,
yes,
I've had you on before a long time ago, and
with Emma McGarr, those were the good days.
Absolutely, yeah,
absolutely.
And last time you were on the phone, but it's good to see you in person.
Well, I don't know. Have a look at me. Do you think it's good to see you in person?
Absolutely.
No.
So you're originally from Ballinasloe.
I'm from Ballinasloe.
Yeah.
Where men are men and sheep are nervous.
Yeah, that's right. And you've had your share in the music business with various groups.
I have indeed. I started originally with a group called the Dinkies, then went on to a group called Honey and the Heartbeats.
Mm-hmm.
Became a group called Love Train. Giant Love Bug, formed Love Bug to be precise.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays I'm working with a young lady in Ireland called Natasha, who's a grand little singer.
Right.
But Natasha couldn't come over here, so
yeah.
My lovely daughter Debbie agreed to help me out on this particular trip.
That's fantastic, yeah.
And as she said, she's busy working in the studios quite a lot. She's just done a single with a great friend of mine, a gentleman called Gerard Timmins. What's the name of the song, Debbie?
It's eluding me right at this minute, but I'll think of it.
Well, when you do, let us know.
Yeah.
I will.
Carry on, Jim. You were saying?
And I know one of the big songs that I've had on my program was Will You Marry Me for Christmas? Which I had the same version of yours, but one under the name Patty and the Biddies and one under the name Billy Joe Wood and Love Train. I was able to play that 2 weeks in a row without getting complaints from people. Oh, you played that last week.
Well, now let's go to Patty and the Biddies.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Let's. That's a group that my daughters absolutely hate to think about because they had welly boots and caps.
And caps, yeah.
And it wasn't very, very, very becoming for lovely, pretty young ladies. I was fine because I had the owl cap and the pipe and the jacket tied with a bit of string and the welly boots. Now, that was all right for me.
Right.
But not...
Would it be black floppy jumpers as well?
Oh, yeah, you did, yeah.
The welly boots.
I forgot about the floppy jumpers. But... It was a gentleman by the name of Shay Hennessy at Crash Records in Dublin that came up with the idea, and we've never forgiven him for it. Now, Shay's a lovely man, actually, all joking aside. So we went on then to become a group after Paddy and the Biddies. They became a group called the Nashville Angels, which was five lovely girls, dressed nice, no welly boots, nothing like that, singing nothing but good Irish and American country music.
Yeah. And they always wore red, right?
No, they had a variety of outfits.
Oh, did they? Okay, I've seen several videos with
that's right.
Red, yeah.
They had nice
those were
black
uniforms.
outfits.
They black ones, gold ones, pink, cerise pink ones, variety ones.
Oh, yeah.
They were lovely. Yeah. They were lovely. And we had an exceptional girl drummer, Bobby Cat, and we also had girl bass player, which was my daughter Donna. We had Debbie on keyboards, another young lady called Khalees on keyboards. So it was a good act. And, they went as far as they could, then they got married, and then that was the end of the Nashville Angels.
Yeah.
But that's fine. They made an awful lot of inroads in Ireland, and had an awful lot of respect from their peers in the music business.
Right.
And the funny thing is, they never had a hit record.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's the way it worked.
So Gerard Timmins' new record.
Yes.
It's an original song. It's come back to me now. It's called Now You Got Me Thinking.
Well, thank God we got you thinking.
You got me thinking.
That's great.
Now, Jim, your family are originally from Ballinasloe. I want to be careful there. I'm interviewing him instead of him interviewing me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ballinasloe.
Yeah, absolutely. My grandmother's from there. She was a ward.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And my grandfather was from there, and he was a ward.
Yeah.
And they were cousins.
Yeah.
That's a small ward.
Absolutely.
Honest to God.
Absolutely.
You never know from one day to the next who you're going to discover you're related to.
And it's great. The first time I met you was, we're doing a radio show with Eamon McGurr, and in the studio you came, and
That's right.
that's when you mentioned Ballinasloe, and I said, Ballinasloe? That's where you gave me names of your relatives, and
I'll tell you.
my mom said, oh, yeah, Martin Ward was her mom's cousin, and I thought, oh, okay.
That's right. Well, you know, a lot of famous people in the business came from Ballinasloe, and truthfully, one of the most talented men to come from Ballinasloe was a cousin as well, a gentleman by the name of Lee Lynch.
Oh, Lee was,
Now,
yeah,
Lee was
great
just
songs.
brilliant, wonderful songwriter, and I'm lucky to have recorded a song of his called "I Never Stop Wanting for You" in Nashville, and that's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. And you have a video of another song of Lee Lynch's, Patty's on the Move Again.
That's right.
A video.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good video. It's
Well, that's the one that I done with of Lee Lynch's. You've
Yes.
done it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
where the guys with the shotgun
That's
and
right. Yes.
the lady in the fence. And
Do you know, he was a member of a group, that man with the gun in his hand with the beard.
The Goons.
He was a member of the
The
Goons,
Goons,
which
yeah.
The
would
Goons?
be
The
Peter
Goons, yeah.
Sellers. Peter
Oh, really?
Sellers, yeah.
Oh,
Spike
okay.
Meek,
yeah,
You know, he started off with them, and sadly he passed away a couple
Mhm.
of years ago. You know,
yeah,
as indeed so did Lee Lynch, which
yeah.
terrible loss to the music industry.
I really wish I
Yeah.
got to meet him.
You would have thoroughly enjoyed him.
Oh,
Absolute gentleman,
absolutely, yeah.
that's for
Yeah.
sure.
And he wrote Famous Seamus too.
He
Didn't
did
he?
indeed,
Amos
yeah.
Seamus,
That's
I'm
it.
awful famous.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Brilliant
Great song.
songwriter.
yeah.
Brilliant
Absolutely,
songwriter.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
had that incredible knack of being able to write a very serious song
Mm-hmm.
and, as quick as lightning, write a humorous song.
Right,
But
right.
then that went with his personality. 'cause
Oh yeah,
he was incredible, decent, humorous man.
yeah.
He was like a big brother to me.
Right,
You know, there
Right.
isn't a day goes by that I would be a liar if I said I don't miss him.
right. Oh
Sure,
yeah.
that's life.
And he had what, a heart issue?
Yeah, he suffered had a quadruple bypass, and then gave up the business, and sadly gave up the songwriting as well.
Mm.
And it was
What
such a shame. He
Yeah.
was such a prolific songwriter.
Oh,
Words can't
boy.
express it,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But you know, it's like everything. People with talents, they're not appreciated sometimes until after they're gone.
That's for sure.
It's as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Now you've had quite a career yourself, and I was chatting with you earlier about the that Elvis the King tribute
Oh,
to the
the tribute
King
to
that
a
you
king.
did, and
Yeah, it was.
that should get a little more attention here because
well.
Elvis he still has fans everywhere. I mean,
Worldwide, yeah.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah, and that was a nice piece you put together, the tribute to the King.
That's right. Well,
And
now,
I don't know who did the video. You gave credit to somebody on the video.
Phil Lynch done it. Lee's son.
Oh, Lee's son.
Done a great job.
Oh,
of it.
okay.
But in all fairness, Lee had a part in the writing of that as well.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh.
just me. It was Lee and myself that
Mhm.
put that one together.
Right.
And we also had the privilege of putting a song. I must send it to you sometime. You will not recognise me. It's
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a comedy song called "How the Murphys Won the West."
Really?
Oh yeah,
How the Murphys won the
Yeah.
How
West.
the Mur-
Oh.
yeah. And you know, there were there was a tribe in it called "Where the Hell Are We" tribe, and the reason they were called that is that they were so small they couldn't be seen in the high grass, you know. But Lee was that's Lee's idea, not mine. But Lee was good. Lee was good.
Yeah.
So I must get that to you for the crack. Now,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not singing it. I'm speaking it. And if you can recognise me, you're good.
Oh, okay.
With a good Irish accent.
With a yeah,
Great
how we're
accent.
getting on, or well, that type of thing, you know. But that's actually a Cork accent. But
Yeah.
no, I done it for the crack, and it was a laugh.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I never released it as a single
Mhm.
ever, or
Right.
even don't even think I ever put it in an album track. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
You done it for a video.
Yeah, I done it for a
Yeah.
video. Yeah,
Mm.
that's right. I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well, you've done a lot of stuff just the same with
yeah. Well,
this one, that one, the other one, and
Oh yeah, but I've been fortunate. I toured, as I said to you earlier on, before we had this interview, I toured with Joe Dolan.
Yeah.
I was with Joe for 21 days, and what a wonderful friend, and what a wonderful entertainer. Again, another sad loss of wonderful talent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But I have a great affinity with Boston because not only are you a relation, Jim, but I've got relations in Boston. One was a Captain Joe Hanley, and the other was a detective by the name of Jack Hanley. And I don't know if Joe's certainly not alive, but hopefully Jack is. Well, I've never been able to touch base with them, so if they ever get in touch with you, let me know.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Any member of their family, I'd love to meet up with them again.
Yeah. And I know you were living in Stoughton for a little while. I wish I knew it. I was right next door in Brockton.
I was in Stoughton for
had I only known, you know.
Isn't that amazing? I was in Stoughton for a while there, again with a cousin. His name was Buddy Cornelison. And again, if anybody's listened to the show, I'd love to touch base with his son, which is Russell Cornelison. And again, who knows? Facebook is a great thing.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Yeah,
I've had people get in touch with me that I didn't even know, and then I've had people that I grew up with get in touch with me, which is wonderful as well. You know.
Yeah. And I searched for you for years, and I couldn't find you until I found a thing on YouTube.
I was in hiding, Jim.
A Butterfly for Bucky, a great Bobby Goldsboro tune. That's
nobody ever recorded that, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Other than that gentleman. And to be honest with you, I recorded in Nashville, and I just wish it had got the airplay it should have got.
Yeah, I know.
You know. But hey,
and actually, even for Bobby Goldsboro, it wasn't a top 100 hit on the pop charts. It hit the country charts big time.
That's right. It was.
It wasn't a big regular hit for him.
Yeah, Honey was the biggest one for him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Bobby Russell. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a great country singer and writer. He wrote that song "Honey."
Really?
He wrote Little Green Apples and The Joker Went Wild. He was a great writer. He died of a heart attack 10, 15 years ago. But
well, now I'd be very conversant with a chap called Bobby E. Boyd. He got a Grammy for co-writing "Bless the Broken Road" for Rascal Flatts, and I met him in Nashville, and what an absolute gentleman! Absolutely. Yeah. See, there are nice people in the business, Jack.
Oh, absolutely, there are. Yeah,
that's the God's.
Do you get to know Nashville often?
I get to Nashville every so often, and I love it, and I love the recording side of it because the actual people are so down to earth and so helpful.
Right.
That is unbelievable. They're the nicest. I worked with a gentleman there who was keyboard player for a while with Willie Nelson called Gene Rabbi.
Oh, okay.
And Gene just absolutely salted out. And all the boys working with him couldn't do enough for you.
Right,
you know?
right.
It's not about going in and earning the bucks. They're actually very decent gentlemen.
Right.
Which is majority of people that I've met in Nashville are decent people.
Yeah.
Simple as that, you know.
A lot of the Irish country people seem to end up in Nashville for a while. And
that's right.
Record records there and stuff. And
I tell you what I think it is actually, Jim. It's everybody's dream to do a recording in Nashville.
Yeah.
If you're Irish.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. We have good facilities in Ireland to record. We have some great producers in Ireland. But I don't know. There's just something about Nashville. It draws you to it.
Oh, it certainly does.
The Nashville sound as well.
That's right.
You know, that is,
they can generate an unbelievable.
And you're drawn to the country music as well, right?
Yeah. I love country music as well.
Yeah, you got a great voice for country, that's for sure.
Thanks.
Well, Debbie's song "Baby Blue" surprisingly was actually recorded in Liverpool.
Oh, it was.
It was, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it wasn't Nashville. It was a guy, a great little arranger and a producer by the name of Gary Murphy.
Oh,
and he done a wonderful job of it.
And brilliant guitarist as well. You know.
The original, of course, was The Conquerors with Tommy Flynn from Port Dublin, County Galway. You know, and they picked it up from a cover version. I think the guy was either Dutch or German.
I think it was Dutch. Yeah.
And it was a terrible version.
Really?
Terrible version. And Tommy Flynn got hold of it and brought it to the Conquerors, and they, at one stage, they were not that interested.
Right.
But he managed to persuade them to do it. And without dragging out the story, it became a massive #1 hit for the Conquerors.
Yeah.
And then some years later, I decided that it would be nice to put Debbie into the studio and produce Baby Blue.
Yeah.
And not because she's my daughter, she just happened to do a good job
Oh,
of it.
did a beautiful job.
Simple
of
as
it,
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah,
she knows me well
absolutely.
enough to know if she didn't do a good job, I'd soon tell her.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Is that the only song on YouTube of yours?
It is. Yes.
It is, yeah. So if you go to YouTube and type in Debbie Moore, Baby, Blue,
You'll get
comes
it.
right up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course, she won't tell you about her version of Old Flames. She'd rather forget that one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ever let anybody hear that, Dad.
Absolutely.
Oh, God
It
almighty.
never happened.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got a lot of stuff on YouTube, even some
I
old
have-
TV stuff. And,
I have, yeah, some of the television appearances I've
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Some of them I'd like to forget as well. You know, me in a pink suit, Lord God, I can't believe I wore that thing. You know?
Oh, but the one thing I remember about that pink suit, I mean, you know, smell-o-vision.
Yes.
It used to
used to
have an
stink.
awful smell to
If
it.
you put it on for
Oh,
one
my
gig,
God.
you'd have to...
It's the type of
fumigate the
material
place,
that, you
yeah.
know, when there's- smell-o-vision. Yeah, it will knock you out.
Ah, yeah.
Well, we're talking to Billy Joe Ward and his daughter Debbie Moore on Sounds of the Emerald Isle. And boy, I can't tell you how great it's been to have you in
It's been
person
wonderful as well,
after
Jen,
so many
to be
years, and
honest
to
with you.
meet you, Debbie. It's just
Thank
wonderful.
you. It was
And I'm
lovely
glad
meeting
now
you
that
as
we
well.
actually decided to leave New York this morning and come and see you here.
Oh, me too.
In
too.
Where are we?
We're in Brockton, Massachusetts.
That's it. I just-
close enough.
That's
to
called a
Boston.
senior moment.
A senior moment. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well,
I'm
no
full
good
of senior
It
moments.
was no good asking me where I was up because I have no sense of direction.
No good, because
Yeah.
Debbie and Jared Timmins left Kildare once heading for Galway. And I was in the gig in Galway and I couldn't understand why they were being so late. So they rolled up and I said, well, what road did you take? Well, we knew we were going wrong when we saw the sign Kilkenny.
I said to George, I says, do you have a map? And he says to me, do you have a map? I said, no. Well, we're in trouble.
So I would never look to my daughter for directions.
I know I'm terrible.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
No, Jim, it's a pleasure to talk
Yeah.
to you.
It's a
Lovely.
pleasure to talk
Always.
to you too, and
And,
hope
you
we
know,
can
as
do
I
this
say,
again. And
yeah, absolutely. And let's hope we can rein in some of the relations out there that are
Yeah.
in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, that they don't realise we actually are
right.
related, some of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But sure, we'll keep trying.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
God bless you, Jim.
You too. Billy
Thank
Joe
you.
Ward, Debbie Moore, thanks so much for joining me on Sounds of the Emerald Isle.
Our pleasure.